Hello and welcome to Set for Smash. As you can see from the background design, this is how we're going to be formatting Set for Smash from now on. And unlike my previous videos, which have been all moveset concepts, this will be a side series that'll involve different concepts. And that different concept is Echo concepts. We'll also be doing other ones for stages, items, and assist trophies as well, sometime in the future. So welcome to Set for Smash Echo Concept, where we look at potential ideas for Echo Fighters for characters in Super Smash Bros. So I'm going to give you the layout how this series will work. We'll be going over 5 potential Echo Fighters for 5 different characters that are already in Smash Bros. Note, we'll not be doing characters that already have Echo Fighters already confirmed. So characters like Pit and Marth, who already have Dark Pit and Lucina, will not be eligible for Echo Fighter concepts because they already have Echo Fighters. However, I can do multiple Echo Fighter concepts for a singular character, depending if it's possible to even think of more than one concept. Since these are Echo Fighters, I won't be going into vast detail and moveset concepts as I normally do with my other characters, and unlike my most moveset concepts, I won't go in depth of how the characters would play or fight, as there's already a moveset made for them thanks to characters already in Super Smash Bros. So let's get the Echo Fighter concept out of the way with our first character. We'll be starting with the Super Mario series. So let's start off by stating this. I would have originally wanted to do Waluigi on account of, well, there's no easy way to state this, but Waluigi is not that different from Luigi and he's not really deserving of his own character representation. The reason I say this is on account of, well, Waluigi was created because they needed a rival for Luigi for Mario Tennis. Yes, and I think the assets that could have been used for Luigi can be used for Waluigi, but I found someone vastly better. And that's Gooigi. Gooigi first debuted on Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo 3DS, a 3D remake of the original, which is not the superior version in my honest opinion. He also made his grand return in Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Nintendo Switch in 2019, as that's what the character was being built up for. Gooigi was designed by Professor Egad to help Luigi travel through the treacherous Last Resort, a haunted hotel even though it's technically called Luigi's Mansion. So I'll be only comparing the stats of the characters, and I will be knowing the noteworthy differences between the characters. So if you're familiar with how certain characters play, you can kind of get a similar idea on how they work. So to make sure everything's a little more balanced with these characters, both Luigi and Gooigi's attack power are vastly the same. However, on rare occasions, Luigi is the better half, considering that he has better jumping ability and speed than Gooigi. I mean, he is Goo after all. Not to mention Luigi also has better defense than Gooigi, referencing the fact that Gooigi gets knocked out easily in 2 hits, but is capable of respawning. I'm not gonna make that like super broken, so like Gooigi's a glass cannon, but what makes Gooigi a little better than Luigi is the fact that he has better knockback. I decided to go with this on account of Gooigi is part of the Luigi's Mansion series, and that's where he originates from. Though Luigi's more based off his Super Mario Bros. Adventures series, more than the Luigi's Mansion series, I thought it'd be best that Gooigi had higher knockback load than Luigi, considering that he has the Poltergust G00. Plus, going back to that reference of Goo, he does not like water, so when he's swimming, he will be taking damage similar to Inkling and Charizard and Sonic. As an added bonus though, I have added a completely different ability than what Luigi has, which is no ability at the time. Gooigi has, well, Goo. A lot of Gooigi's special attacks will also have a Goo status effect, slowing down foes as well as weakening them, similar to the Inkling Ink from Splatoon. So when Gooigi does the critical jump, for starters, it's not as higher than Luigi's, but it does add the Goo status effect. The Gooigi Tornado will also add Goo status effect, as well as the Gooigi Missile, though it's also funny is when he hits a wall, he'll turn into literal goo. And of course the Fireball, which will be a Goo-shaped fireball, which will of course add Goo. Everything else, including the final smash, will be vastly similar to Luigi in every way. Okay, we've already got 1 Echo down, we've got 4 more to go. So we've already done 1 iconic Nintendo series, so let's continue with another. The Legend of Zelda, and I think you can probably take a guess where I'm going with this one. An Echo Fighter for Sheik, and obviously I'm going with Impa. Though in the earlier titles, such as A Link to the Past, she was actually shown to be an elder woman who took care of Princess Zelda. However, it wasn't until The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time when an Impa definitely had the more ninja-like attire, which is the Shikai tribe. She's also the Sage of Darkness in Ocarina of Time, and she's had many appearances throughout the series. So the reason I'm going with Sheik as Impa's Echo Fighter is because, well, if you haven't guessed, Sheik is Princess Zelda 7 years later. And Sheik actually learned to become a Sheikah through Impa. So it's easy to say that everything Sheik learned, Impa taught her. However, there will probably be some noteworthy differences, especially within their stat abilities. For starters, Sheik actually is better at both jumping and being faster than Impa. However, what Impa has that she doesn't is better knockback, attack, and defense. No, just because I'm saying these stats are superior than the other character, I'm not saying they're the better version. And what makes Sheik different from Impa is the fact that she can take hits easier and as well as receive hits, but her attacks are still vastly slower than Sheik's. The movement and attacks, as well as the final smash, will still be the very same, but the noteworthy difference is how Impa will look in Smash Bros. There have been a total of 4 different unique styles of Impa. Ocarina of Time Impa, Skyward Sword Impa, Hyrule Warriors Impa, and of course the most recent Age of Calamity Impa. So I've thought of this. Either we use all 4 designs in our color palette, and you can choose between one of them depending on your favorite, or we use the ones from Age of Calamity, Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, and our default one would be an original design, somewhat similar to Sheik's design. The reason I say this is because Sheik's design is actually based off the outfit from the Breath of the Wild design, and Sheik has not really been in a Legend of Zelda game for a long time, not counting Ocarina of Time 3D. So Nintendo could work up a Smash Bros. Design Sheik, and if you're feeling a little old school, you can choose any of the other 3 designs. I left out the Impa from Hyrule Warriors mostly because as that is technically a design by Koei Tecmo, and that's probably just more paperwork stuff and not much of going into detail. Plus, I feel like Impa needs a vastly new redesign to best represent every iteration of her throughout the series. The next character is another iconic series, Pokemon, which is surprising since there is 0 Pokemon Echo Fighters in the entire series. And the character who's needing an Echo Fighter, I think, is Lucario. Lucario is known as the Aura Pokemon, and of course, you're probably thinking of characters like Zoroark or Zeraora as the Echo Fighter Lucario. But not me, actually. There's actually a character most recently in the Sword and Shield series that I think has the best dynamic to be the Echo Fighter of Lucario. And of course, I'm talking about Cinderace. Cinderace is the final evolution to the starter Scorbunny, who was a part of my moveset concept for Champion Leon, if you haven't seen that yet. I also left a little note saying that this could be a similar moveset for both Scorbunny and Cinderace, but looking back at it, I kinda can see Cinderace working as Lucario's Echo Fighter. Of course, I'll first compare about the stats. Obviously, Cinderace is faster than Lucario, but when it comes to their attack and defense power, they are actually on equal terms. However, Scorbunny is also superior in knockback and jumping ability, because obviously he's a rabbit. And have you seen how powerful his kicks are? This also adds up to also the ability that both Scorbunny and Lucario have. Lucario has the Aura ability, so the more damage he takes, the more powerful his Aura is. How would you make that work with Cinderace? Well, starter Pokemon tend to have that ability depending on the type. And for Cinderace, who's a fire starter, it's Blaze. So the more damage that Cinderace takes, the more powerful his fire attacks will be. Of course, the differences in his attacks are still similar yet different, but they will be going by different names. Instead of Aura Sphere, it'll be Pyro Ball. Instead of Force Palm, it'll be Blaze Kick. Instead of Extreme Speed, it'll be Bounce. However, unlike Extreme Speed, you'll only move in a singular direction. And of course, instead of Double Team, it'll be Court Change. Moves that I feel like that best represent Cinderace. And of course, his final smash will be his Gigantamax form as well as his Gigantamax signature move. Most of the attacks are still vastly the same, mostly the kicking attacks. So you'd have to change some of them to actually represent his kicking ability. But I'm sure there are tons of characters who use kicking attacks in Smash Bros., and they can use those assets into Cinderace. The next character is surprisingly not represented in Smash as an Echo Fighter, but then again, this series is still fairly new. Debuting back in 2016, I'm of course referring to Splatoon, and with every Inkling, there has to be an Octoling. Of course, the Octolings are known as the arch nemesis of the Inklings throughout the Splatoon series. However, Splatoon 2 had a DLC where you can actually play as an Octoling. I'm going more for the Octoling designs for Splatoon 2, and also adding the classic Octoling enemy design from Splatoon 1. And unlike most of the Echo Fighters, there are noteworthy stat differences. Inkling and Octoling are kinda on equal terms, both in attack, defense, speed, knockback, and even jumping ability. Mostly because there is not that many differences to use Inklings and Octolings, because they're more of a cosmetic thing in the games. Speaking of cosmetics, the only real difference you can actually see in the Miyus is the weapons from the Splatoon 2 game. Of course, with the Final Smash being in one of the Splatoon 2 weapons, but it's actually still similar to the ones that the Inkling has. Just like Simon and Richter, they're basically which character you prefer playing as. So if you're ready for a turf war, Inklings and Octolings are ready to join the battle. And with that, we are down to our last character, and I'm surprised no one has even thought about this one before. And the last one is another long-term series that's been in Smash Bros., and it's been really needing a newcomer. An Echo Fighter for Fox McCloud. And I can hear the comments saying right now, why am I not adding Crystal or any of the other characters from the series like Bill or any members of Star Wolf? Well, because there's actually another Star Fox character people kind of forgot about and came out very recently. After a long arduous wait, or thought to be cancelled, well, Star Fox 2 finally came on the SNES Classic as well as in the SNES library on the Nintendo Switch. And if you've played the game, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Miyu the Lynx. Though we didn't get Crystal and Smash, I think Miyu is a great choice on account of, well, we need more Star Fox representation, and I feel like she has the best design that best represents a character like Fox. I mean, seriously, you're not seriously thinking of making Slippy his Echo Fighter, are you? Or Peppy? Because honestly, I don't think that would ever work. However, Miyu is actually surprisingly a unique idea for an Echo Fighter on account of how she would be designed. Of course, having a moveset very similar to Fox in every way, with the similarities only being in their speed and jumping ability. However, Miyu has the better attack power, but she has the weaker defense and knockback. This is actually also a good reference to how her R-Wing is designed in Star Fox 2. She can hit characters pretty dang well, but she can't take hits that well either. And of course her final smash will be similar to Fox and Falco's, but instead it'll be the SNES designed R-Wings, and it'll only just be two, both Miyu and Faye, the two exclusive characters that were in Star Fox 2 that were never playable in any other Star Fox games, to best represent the old school series. And with that, that is our first take on our Echo concepts. If you have any other fun and unique ideas for an Echo Fighter for Super Smash Bros., leave a comment down below and I'll consider thinking about them. Or if you think there are other unique ideas for Echo Fighters for other characters, you can also leave that in the comments section below. And if you want to keep up with these videos, you can like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. And you can also check out some of my other contents, such as the main Set for Smash series where I do moveset concepts for characters. I'll be getting back to that series in summer. Or you can check out Angel Star or Go No Go, my other side series where I talk about anime first impressions, or a video about my thoughts and opinions on games, anime, or media. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!